Blessings, my fellow souls. There is only one way to lead, and that is by example. There's no other way to lead but this. This is also an unchanging truth. Talking the talk and walking the talk. This is the difference between preaching and teaching. Preaching is telling everyone else how to think, what to say, and how to act. Teaching is showing others how to think, how to speak, and how to act by example. As Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. There is a big difference. If I insist on telling you what you should do, when you should do it, and how you should do it, and I do something differently, that is not being a leader. Imagine that I preach to you about how you should carefully choose your words, preach on how to speak those words in an appropriate tone of voice, considering the situation and the person you're speaking to, and to be thoughtful of the timing of when you choose to deliver those words. And imagine that I do not practice this myself. That makes me a hypocrite, will it not? I honestly believe that a true leader lives his life like he is living in a house made of glass, where everyone else can see and hear what he's doing, how he's doing, and observe his behavior. That kind of leader chooses to do the right thing simply because it is the right thing to do, and not because others may be watching. It is behaving in a trustworthy, exemplary manner, even when there is no one else watching. This is a real leader, a person who exhibits true integrity. A person of integrity does not change who he is because the situation he finds himself in has changed. A person who has true integrity does not have a different work personality, there's not a separate home personality, and there's definitely not a different church, temple, mosque, or mandir personality. No. There is just one individual, and his behavior, his choice of words, the way he speaks, the way he acts is always the same respectable, loving, kind, tolerant, approachable, and gentle, caring personality. That would be a person of integrity. He is who he is at all times. All too often we see so-called leaders who say all the right things and then they're caught doing all of those same things they speak against. We see so-called leaders who have one personality in a religious setting and exhibit a different personality in general society. Yes, we see so-called leaders who actively partake in gossip, in the spreading of rumors, building distrust among people, and in vilifying, defaming, and smearing others. We see these so-called leaders constantly fighting for positions of authority and power, even while actively building walls between people instead of building bridges and bringing people together. We see this happening in society, in religion, and in politics. My friends, these are not examples of real true leaders. We must be intelligent enough to recognize behaviors like this for what it is: devious and conniving. And when we recognize this behavior, we must not allow ourselves to be manipulated by those who have no integrity of their own. Real leaders must always walk the walk and walk the talk. Do what they say. Real leaders must always hold themselves to a higher standard than those who they chose to lead or those who may have selected them to lead. Real leaders must always be their own biggest critic. Real leaders should not be divisive. They must not be that person who separates people by focusing on color, creed, race, religion, sex, and all the other obstacles to cohesive human family unit. Real leaders must not instigate dislike, hate, jealousy, and division among people. Real leaders must not speak divisive language to pit one group against another. Instead, real leaders should be the magnetic force which brings people together, the one who unifies, the one who strengthens existing bonds, and the one who creates friendliness and unity where there was previously none. The presence of real true leaders must bring joy and harmony to those who look up to them for guidance and diplomatic counsel. My fellow souls, my message today is one of togetherness, of love and of caring for this human family of ours, and of God. Again, I will end by repeating the central premise in this discussion. There is only one way to lead, and that is by example. There is no other way to lead but this. This too is an unchanging truth. I pray that today, if you're not already doing so, that you choose to begin to walk the talk, to become a real leader of people, a defender of high values, and a person of integrity, or to choose to follow a leader who possesses these qualities of true integrity. God bless you. Namaste.